Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 1 p.m. Sunday, September the 10th, 2023, year of our Lord. And I'm actually wanting to make this video. This is a long promised video. I've been promising this for about 2-3 months now. This is a equipment setup video for what I have the tail end of September. I'm sorry, yeah, the tail end of the 2023 growing season. And I'm sure I'll probably add a few more things to this in the next 3 or 4 months. Matter of fact, I know I will. Ain't no sure I will. I know I will. But I just wanted to get on here and show you all of this. And guys, please don't judge my equipment right now because everything I own is absolutely filthy. I do everything as far as cleaning equipment and maintaining equipment on Sundays, and have not had a chance to do that yet because I had a few estimates I had to go do this morning after church. But I promise you, going into tomorrow, that everything I have will be spotless. But anyway, without further ado, let's get this thing turned around so I can show you what we got. Shrink this down some so y'all can see the entire thing. There it is, guys. This is the Tanks Lawn Maintenance LLC 2023 equipment setup. We'll start on this end right here with the obvious stuff. Got a bucket. You know, this right here is worth its weight in gold. Keep one in the bed of your truck, guys. You'll thank me later. I have 2 dump bins right here. One of them square, one of them's round. One of them's on wheels and one of them is not. I prefer the square one. The round one serves its purpose, but I prefer the square one just because I can lay it on its side and sweep bush clippings or grass clippings that may spill over into it. The round one does not work that way, but the round one does come in handy. I use that to pick up sticks and other trash and things like that. We'll come over here. I have the 5 gallon and the 2.2 gallon Sure cans. I love these things. As you can see, the button right here, the lock button or whatever you want to call it, is broke off, but it still works just fine. And for those of you that are using the cans and you struggle with airflow, I highly recommend these. You don't need to drill any holes or add any vents to them because they work like they're supposed to work. I love these things. They're a little expensive, between 40 and 60 bucks depending on what size you get. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they also make some for the diesel fuel as well. But that's what I use to haul fuel around with. And I really only keep the big one for emergencies. That's a 5 gallon. That's what I keep regular gas in. I keep that for emergencies because I normally fill my mowers up at the gas station, and I fill them up twice a week and don't really have to use that. I do use that some when I'm dealing with the push mower, but not often. So the one that I mainly use is the 2.2 gallon. That's what I keep all my mixed fuel in. But anyway, guys, on to the next. We've got the 4 gallon Chapin Professional Tree and Turf backpack sprayer. This thing right here comes in handy. As you know, I'm a firm believer in not leaving any money on the table. I use this to spray driveway cracks and sidewalk cracks and keep beds weed free. This thing right here comes in handy, and it has probably paid for itself 6 different times since I had it. So I highly recommend that right there. They're not too expensive, but they're not the cheapest either. And on over here with some of our more simple hand tools. You've got your hand pruners and your, I call them loppers. Those have the extended handle on them, and both have the locking mechanism on there to keep them closed at all times. Get both of these, guys. Keep them in your truck. You'll thank me later, as you can make $10 or $15 with these here and there. As a matter of fact, with the loppers, I made an extra 60 bucks with just those alone yesterday. Anyway, guys, on to the next. Chainsaws. Had the, I want to say that's the M12 Milwaukee hatchet. M12, or the Milwaukee Fuel M12 hatchet. It's battery operated hand chainsaw. comes in handy. Keep that in your truck and just take the battery with you every time you go out. You can use that to cut roots or low line limbs or anything like that. Kind of help yourself out, or you can make you an extra 10 or 15 bucks here and there, guys. It's worth its weight in gold. And then obviously the steel MS251 wood boss with the 20-inch bar. No need to explain why I have that in there. I use that to make extra money as well when there's large limbs that are laying in someone's yard after a storm or something like that. I'll chop it up and haul it off for them for an extra fee. So basically these 4 things right here, you know, these keep me from leaving money on the table, as well as this right here. But I do use that. Some customers do pay for certain things, and it requires me to have that. But these right here, this is for extra money. Highly recommend it, guys. Keeping that in your truck. But anyway, right here, we'll come at the back side over here. You have the Stihl BR700 backpack blower with the telescoping blower tube. I love this thing. It cranks on the first crank every single time. It is not the prettiest in the world, but it still works like it's supposed to work. Cranks every time, and very lightweight. I use this is perfect for grass, and you can still blow leaves with it. When we do leaf cleanups, my wife prefers this because of the weight. And it's just a good all-around blower. It's not the cheapest blower in the world, but it's just a good blower. And it also, in my opinion, is perfect for tucking and rolling pine straw as well. But on to the next, we have the Echo PB9010T backpack blower. I love this blower, guys. It kind of transformed my business when it comes to leaf cleanups. You know, I started my business with the 580T, PB580T. It's a very small residential backpack blower. It took me 8 hours to do a leaf job that should have only took me a couple of hours. And when I bought this, I did that exact same property and did that yard in 2 hours. So it's a huge difference. And this thing has right around 1,000 CFMs coming out the end of that thing, and it's right around 200 miles per hour wind speed. Don't quote me on the specs, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But either way, guys, this is the most powerful backpack blower on the market right now, and it is worth the price. I paid less for this than what I did for that. So this right here is definitely worth the price. In my opinion, it's a little too much for blowing grass debris or grass clippings, but I still use it for that from time to time, especially when there's wet grass and things of that nature, or just blowing clumps apart. Anyway, guys, both of these are good blowers. I love them both, and they both serve their purpose, and they both stay on my truck at all times. Anyway, guys, on to the next one. We have the Echo. This thing is only about 2 weeks old. I've used it probably 4 times since I've had it. It's the Echo HC 2020 handheld hedge trimmer. Has the 22-inch bar, I think is what it is. Either 20 or 22-inch bar. It's not a long bar, but it's definitely a good hedge trimmer. Cranks up by the 3rd pull, and it's, like I said, I've only had it for 2 weeks, so I can't give a fair review on it, but I do like it so far. And I like the end of this thing keeps you from burning up your blades if you accidentally touch dirt or concrete or something like that with it, or the side of the house. But I do like this hedge trimmer so far. I have no complaints about it yet. Well, we're going to move on to the next stuff, guys. Right here we have the Stihl HL91K. This is the, I'm going to call it middle of the road hedge trimmer. It's not the longest that they make, but it's not the shortest either. And this thing right here, the first year I had it, it was a great hedge trimmer, but right now it gives me trouble time to time. You know, I have to keep adjusting the idle screws. Once you get it adjusted right, it works good for about 30 minutes, and then you have to readjust it again. In my opinion, it's just too much. But when it does work, you know, if you just got 1 or 2 bushes and you need something with some reach, it's perfect. And it does have the 24-inch bar on there. And I want to say this thing out the door was around 600 bucks. A little too expensive for it to be messing up that quick, but I have made my money back on it, so it's all good. And I still do use it from time to time, but once it completely gives up the ghost, I will not go back with steel on the Hedge trimmers. Go on with Echo. But anyway, on to the trimmers. I have the Echo 2620 Hedge trimmer. I keep the guards on all of mine because Mama Tank does help me from time to time, and she prefers the guard to be on hers. And until I get to a point where I'll be doing this full time and have employees with me, the guards will stay on there. But I like the 2620. You know, it has plenty enough power to do what I need to do. The only thing I don't like about it is the way it feels while I'm holding it and running it. I'm used to the to the steel weed eaters, and you can feel the power when you're holding it. The Echoes, not so much. I like to be able to feel the power while I'm holding it in my hands. But it's a good trimmer nonetheless, and it cranks on the first pull every single time. On to the next. Had the Steel FS111RX. This thing is a beast. It's the middle of the road string trimmer, somewhere in between the FS94 and the FS131. I use it. It's a very good trimmer. You can fine tune with it, and you can knock down heavy, thick stuff with it. If you got something that's very thick, I highly suggest the 131. But you know, it is what it is. It's a good trimmer. The only thing I don't like about it is after probably about noon, once you've done 9 or 10 yards and the thing's good and hot, you catch hell trying to crank it up. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But it does crank and it does run. It's very dependable. On to the next, we have the Steel KM131R. That's the combi system. Right now I have the straight shaft edger attachment on there, stick edger. I love that, comes in handy. And I also have an extension for that with the articulating head 24-inch hedge trimmer attachment, and both of those come in very handy. I keep those in the cab of my truck, and yeah, those are all pretty self-explanatory, and I have not had any problems out of the combi yet. Not yet, but still fairly new. I've had it for about 3 or 4 months, and we'll see what it does this time next year. But anyway, guys, let's get on over here to the muscle. We'll start out with the push mower. We have the Toro 22-inch Briggs & Stratton guaranteed to start recycler mower. This is self-propelled. That's not the personal pace. I wish it was, but it's not. And but it does cut very, very, very good. Very good. It has a very clean cut to it and plenty of airflow. I do recommend pressure washing that bag after every mow, just to keep it clean and free of any kind of debris that may get hung up in there. You don't want that getting clogged up, because that can impede your airflow. And also you have airflow right down here. I don't know if you can see it right there, but the vent right there that keeps airflow coming straight out of the deck, so it basically pulls those blades of grass up so you can chop them down, and it gives you that crispy look when you edge your yard up after you're finished, or before you mow. I'm sorry, guys. But anyways, over here we have the Wright Standard Intensity 36-inch mower. It is equipped with the Kawasaki FX600V 19 horse Vanguard motor. It's a very, very solid machine. It's I like this machine. As you know, it hadn't been out of the shop but about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and but that was a wire and harness glitch on that. This wire and harness right down here, guys. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it was arcing off on the starter, causing it to cut off whenever you engage the blades. But I love this mower. This has transformed my business, guys. It's made it to where I do not have to push mow at all if I don't want to. Well, I take that back. I do have 1 yard that I still have to push mow, but other than that, That has nothing to do with the gate size. It's just a simple fact that this property, the way the air conditioning unit is sitting, it is sitting right in the way, and you know, you're not getting anything back there except, I mean, if it's bigger than 25 inches, you're not getting it through there. So that is one backyard that I still have to push mow. But I love this mower, guys. It's good on gas. It's got plenty of power, and it leaves a very beautiful cut. And I don't know if all rights are like this, but this one and my other right, they are equipped with a striping kit. I don't know if that's what you would call a striping kit, but all right, guys, I'm back out here. I don't know what happened, but my phone overheated and shut off, so I'm gonna finish this video out. It's like 86 degrees, but it's like 90% humidity and 0 wind and 100% something. I looked at the weather and it all confuses me. But either way, the phone overheated and shut off, so we're gonna start this where we left off. I was talking about the striping kits. I think these things come equipped with a striping kit. They don't advertise it, but everything I have mowed has left stripes, even on shortcut Bermuda lawn. And that's something you don't see too often, is shortcut grass with stripes on it. But I know for a fact that the Standard X has a little flap back here on the back of the deck that hangs down below the deck, and I think that's what causes the stripes on that one. And this one right here has a little bar that sticks down probably about a ½ inch, and I think that's what causes the stripes on it. You know, we don't really stripe southern turf, but these mowers, they do, and it looks beautiful. But anyway, that's it for the standard intensity. On to the X over here. I have the standard X61. Like I said, everything I have is absolutely filthy right now. I have not had a chance to clean anything today, but it will get cleaned, so don't you worry your pretty little heads about it. But anyway, this is equipped with the Kawasaki FX730V 23.5 horse Vanguard motor. Very good engine, very solid mower. Have not had a problem with it yet. I do wish it had a bigger motor on there, something around 30 horse, maybe even 40, but because I do cut thick grass from time to time and it does get bogged down. But no worries, it takes care of everything. And if you're just cutting, you know, manicured lawns like you're like you normally would, it does absolutely fine with no problems at all. But even with the thick lawns, it still gets it done. You just kind of have to slow down your mowing speed a little bit. But this is the 61-inch deck. All your belts are very easily accessible. It's very easy to do the maintenance on this. It is a heavier lawnmower. It's a lot heavier than that one, so it does require a little more effort to jack it up when you're changing blades or scraping decks or anything like that. But it's nothing to worry about. The Jungle Jack or the Ballard's V2 jack, it does just fine. And this is equipped with the advanced chute system chute blocker, and I have 2 shims on this to hold it up off of the deck, and when it's like that on this, it is actually dead even with the bottom of the deck. So I think I am going to add another shim to it with some longer bolts, because it does, when it's closed, it does leave a little bit of groove in the turf. Nothing to write home about, but it is noticeable if you're looking for it. But if you're not looking for it, it's no big deal. But I think I am going to raise it up a 1/4 inch just to keep it from touching the turf. But this right here is the grass gobbler sticking off the side, in case you were wondering. It's a leaf / grass catcher, and does a very good job. The only thing I don't like about it is the top of this thing is completely mesh, and there's no solid metal on here at all, and everything, all the dust comes out of this thing and hits you right in the face when you're standing in the cockpit back here. But for what it is, it does a very good job picking up clippings and debris, and it doesn't leave anything behind. Of course, it's not as good as a walker, but it just doesn't leave a mess behind or anything like that. And with a 61-inch deck, you're going to get about 1 pass before you have to dump this thing. So I don't recommend something like this for a 61 or a 72 unless you're going to go with the extension on the back of it. That's something I plan on getting before leaf season gets here, because I will use this thing religiously when it comes to leaf season. I do not bag a whole lot of lawns right now. I do bag a few, but not many. But it does a good job. It gets you filthy on the 61 or the 36. But I don't normally put it on the 61. The only reason it's on there right now is because I wanted to show you guys that it does fit with the advanced chute system, chute blocker, on the right 61 and 36-inch deck. But anyway, guys, that's enough of the actual equipment. I want to show you my trailer. This is a 6.5 by 10 foot D&E trailer. I need to replace the boards on this thing. I've got a few rotten boards on there. Need to clean the trailer off. I need to paint it and all that good stuff. But it's been a pretty good trailer. I could fit all 3 of those mowers on here, and all of my basic trimmers fit in the racks. I'm gonna start right here. I've got the Equipment Defender backpack sprayer rack, and I actually took the bar that comes on the I forgot what it's called, the Packham blower rack. I took that bar off and modified it to use it as a brace, because this is an angle iron trailer and this thing does move a lot if you don't have that brace on the back of it. But this is a very good jack right here. You know, nothing is 100% theft proof, but it will cause them to have to spend a little more time on it if they're going to get that backpack sprayer out of there. On to the next one, we have the Buyers Products 3-tier trimmer rack. I do not like these racks, but they serve the purpose. Probably going into next season, or at the start, somewhere around the beginning of next season, I will have Equipment Defender 4-tier racks on here. But if you're just starting out in lawn care, these right here do the trick. I just don't like the fact that they don't have motor mounts on there, or motor braces on there. And the original locks that come with them are trash. Highly recommend throwing them in the trash and getting master locks or Brinks or something like that. Just a good quality lock, you know, good quality padlock. But I have a piece of 2-inch PVC pipe mounted right here. And you never know when you're going to need to throw something on your trailer. You know, I have a rack over there for my hand tools, but you never know when you're going to have to throw something else on here. So I just keep this on here just in case. But right here I have 2 Equipment Defender blower racks. I love these racks. They make a difference to keep your stuff off the floor of your trailer and keep everything clutter free. But you do not have to lock these racks to transport your equipment around. I highly recommend keeping them locked, especially if you're in someone's backyard. Love these racks. They're worth their money. This one is set up. They're completely adjustable for whatever blower you have. But I have this one set up for the BR700, and I have this one set up for the Echo 9010. And I have a Green Touch. Someone actually bought this for my birthday or Christmas. I can't remember which one it was, but this is a Green Touch line spool rack, and comes in handy. You know, this part right here is garbage. It doesn't cut the line like it's supposed to, but you know, keep you some needle nose pliers or some lineman pliers or some wire snips or something like that on you. You know, it does just fine. But the rack does what it's supposed to do. It holds the line, keeps it from blowing all over the place. And right now it has the Echo 095 Crossfire line on there. It's been good line so far. I highly recommend soaking all your weed eater line, leaving it in a whenever you buy it, leaving it in a bucket full of water overnight, and then the next morning get out and put it on your trailer. You'll thank me later, guys. It will save you aggravation and time as far as changing out trimmer line. But I've got the Buyers hand tool rack. This is a 6-hole hand tool rack. I've got the landscaping rake on here. Got a 30-inch, two 30-inch leaf rakes on there. A small little 8-inch debris rake so I can get in between those bushes and little tight spots, corners of yards, things like that. Got a flat blade shovel and a round blade shovel, and everything you see right here, I use these on a regular basis. That's why they stay on there. And the reason I don't have locking racks for my hand tools is because they're just hand tools, guys. 10-15 bucks. You know, I'm not going out and spending hundreds of dollars on a rack for a $10 piece of equipment, but it gets the job done, and that's all I need. Right here, of course, you know what this is. This is just a trash grabber. I keep this on the trailer, that way when I'm on the stander, you know, I can just reach down and grab what I need. But anyway, guys, that's it for the trailer. Got a 4-way lug wrench over there and a spare tire right here. Highly recommend that. This is a Lumito 3-ball hitch. I have 2 balls on there, or actually I have 1 ball on there, but you can have 2 on there at a time. The only reason I only have 1 on there is because it scrapes going up my driveway and it drives me insane. Plus it leaves marks on my driveway. My trailer stays hooked up year round, stays locked year round. But that's the hitch, and to tow everything around, I have the 2020 Ford F-150 STX. This is equipped with a 5.0 Coyote motor. More than enough to do what I need to do. I love this truck. It has the Husky toolbox on there. I keep all kind of miscellaneous things in there, oil, extra line, extra belts, extra blades, just different stuff, guys. But inside the truck, oh, also that is what's called a Super Crew extended cab on there, and I'm glad I spent the extra money and got that instead of just a regular crew cab or extended cab, because we do haul the entire family around from time to time. Matter of fact, we took this down to Pensacola, Florida. It did very good on gas, and we had the entire family in there, and it actually has more room to sit comfortably inside of that than it does my wife's 2019 Toyota 4Runner down there on the street. So the kids actually sit in this a lot more comfortable than they do her 4Runner. But all in all, guys, this is my equipment. I use absolutely everything you see right here on a regular basis. I do not carry anything with me that does not get used. If I don't need it, I take it off of the truck because it just takes up space and it adds weight to the setup, and we are trying to be the most efficient that we can be. But I do keep my extension for the combi and my hedge trimmer attachment inside the cab. I'm not opening that truck up right now because it is disgusting. I'm going to pay my daughter to clean it out for me. She likes making extra money, so yeah, got a job for her. She usually does it once a week. But also, guys, over here I want to show you real quick. This is the Jungle Jim's Jungle Jack. Don't judge my garage, guys. It's a mess. This is what I use for my shop. But that's a Poland Pro pole saw. I have a separate attachment for it as well for backup in case this one goes down for some reason, and that does come with 2 extensions besides what you see right there. And I do use those post hole diggers as well. And that green thing that you see right there, that is a Pro plugger. I use that to plant bulbs with, like tulips and things of that nature, when a customer asks me to do so. That you can actually use that to transplant grass as well. I don't use it for that. I rarely use this thing. I think I paid like 15 or 20 bucks for it on Amazon, and I've probably made, I don't know, 150 bucks off of it. I rarely use it. But either way, guys, this is the Ballard's Blade Assist. I don't use it that much anymore, just because of the simple fact that I have a 6-inch bench grinder. I use the bench grinder all the time for different things as far as sharpening up chisels and punches and things like that. But I don't use it to sharpen blades anymore because that 6-inch grinder I think it would work better with an 8-inch grinder, but that 6-inch, you know, once that blade or once that rock starts to show a little bit of wear on it, it doesn't work like it's supposed to with the blade assist. So I just quit using it. And what I do is I take my bench grinder right here, I put everything in here at a certain angle, and I use a what do you call it, a side grinder with a flapper wheel on it to sharpen the blades on my mowers. It takes me, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes per blades. I just do 3 passes on each side, make sure it's good and sharp, and then I use this little cheap contraption right here from Home Depot to balance the blades. Once I go full time and I'm making several $100,000 a year, I might consider buying an RG, whatever you call it, a RBG 712. I might consider using one of those, but till then, this right here works just fine. But anyway, guys, that's the setup. I'll give you one last shot of all of it right there. That's the setup. That's everything I use on a day-to-day basis. It's hard to believe that all that fits on that little small trailer and inside that truck, but I promise you it does. But anyway, guys, I'll get y'all turned back around so y'all can see us. That's going to conclude this video. I'll probably do another one come April or something like that, because I'm sure I'll have more equipment added to the list by that point in time. But for right now, this is what I'm rocking, and this is what I'm making my money with. And post a link to your setup videos. Let's see what you got. And do you like what you see here? You know, everything I have, I try to stick with the local businesses as much as I can. I try to shop at my local dealership. Every now and then I have to hit up Amazon or the big box store. I hate doing that, but sometimes you really ain't got a choice, man. And you know, my dealer, they understand that. But anyway, guys, that's going to conclude this video. I'm going to hop off here so I can get some maintenance done on all this stuff, and then I'm going to get back inside and cool off, man. It's starting to creep on up there. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. But till the next one, y'all keep cutting that grass, keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.